Good to see
You
you.
ready
Mary.
to?
I am. I was writing down what I was going to say today, and I was like,
I
I hope
know.
the mayor
Maybe it's
didn't
fine. I don't know if
paste
it's
the same information into our.
No, that's
I'll put a green tone on it.
We're trying to gather some of the advisory group members to stand up
Yeah.
with us. Hey, how are you?
What will I do?
I took mine off for mine. I had them on last time. People said they didn't recognize me.
Wait, what? Whoa. Hey, I want to talk to you about. I got a
Good morning, how are you?
You too. You too. My wife.
Did we get any advisory?
She said just yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, here they are.
Sierra, anybody who's on the board, Chad,
Advisory board
There are
members.
steps behind too. Where
Dale, and Anna,
Come on,
Seth, and Patrick.
come on. Get up there, chief.
Not a vest.
Remember what he wore the other day?
Hey, that didn't last long. I got cold quick.
Yeah, I heard you didn't get in the picture. You've got 10. We've got a few board members down there. Come on. We've got a place for a tall person. Tall person.
Behind the bush over there?
No.
right in front of everybody.
How are you?
What do you think, Amy? You think we got enough?
I think that's it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Just not here, just but see.
Now, we gotta ask y'all to be quiet a minute.
Exactly.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome this morning, and I want to recognize a few people to begin with. Councilmember Chuck Ellinger, Councilmember Richard Maloney, Councilmember Jennifer Reynolds, Councilmember Josh McKern, and have I missed any council members? I don't think so. Welcome. I also would like to recognize our Commonwealth Attorney, Luanna Redcorn, who's with us, Chief Jason Wells, our Fire Chief, Chief Lawrence Weathers, Police Chief, Commissioner Casey Allen Bryant, who's Commissioner of Social Services. Larry Johnson's with us. Where'd you go, Larry? There's Larry. He is our community response coordinator, and we have a whole host of other folks, including my Substance Use Disorder Advisory Council, several of those members who have joined us today. And so I want to thank everyone who's with us because this is a big deal that we're announcing. Thank you so much to Amy Baker, our coordinator of Substance Use Disorder Intervention Program, and John Moses, our partner at the Lexington Fayette County Health Department. And you will hear from both of them in just a moment. I'm here today to announce that the city has received another $2 million federal grant to support our battle against opioids and other illegal drugs. I am excited, but I must tell you, we still have a lot of work to do. And our advisory council members in particular know this, they understand this, and so we're up for the work. The impact of illegal drugs has been devastating since the pandemic, when we experienced a dramatic increase in overdose fatalities. The overdose numbers have increased every year since the pandemic. more than 2,200 Kentuckians died from drug overdoses in 2021, a 14.5% increase over 2020. In Lexington, these are people from all parts of town. They're from all walks of life. No family is immune. Our first step has to be saving lives. Next comes help with treatment. This grant is largely focused on saving lives, providing naloxone, making it accessible, teaching people how to use it. That includes providing naloxone to our police officers to carry in their cruisers. And thanks to Chief Lawrence Weathers for being a partner in this. Continuing our Leave Behind program, operated by our fire department's paramedicine program, members of our department follow up with individuals who survived an overdose. This too is a big deal, that follow-up. I want to thank especially Captain Seth Lockard and firefighter Patrick Brannon, who've both joined us here today. They are in that work every single day. We greatly appreciate our partners who work with us and the contributions of the members of the Mayor's Substance Use Disorder Advisory Council, who are helping us administrate this grant funding. First today, I want you to hear from Amy Baker. Amy is the coordinator of our Substance Use Disorder Intervention Program. Amy, I want to thank you as you come forward to the podium. Thank you for your hard work. This is the second time we have received a $2 million grant to fight opioids. So I just can't say enough about your continued leadership in this area. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for coming. Thank you, advisory board members. This is a very exciting day. We knew the current grant was ending September 29th, and so we were wondering, when are we going to hear about the new grant? And we heard really early in July, and we were so excited. I have a lot of people to thank. As the mayor said, there are so many folks involved in this, but I have to thank Scott Llewellyn. Would you come forward? So he's been with me since the beginning of this grant, worked so hard to reach the folks who are at greatest risk of overdose. And during the pandemic, when everyone was hunkered down at home, he was going to recovery residences and hospitals and you name it to provide naloxone, because we were seeing a gigantic spike in overdose fatalities. So I couldn't do this without Scott, so I wanted to make sure you said you got to.
Thank you so much.
I also want to thank Matt Webster and Erica Pike at UK CDAR, who do our evaluations, and we could not get refunded without evaluations. Everything we do, they count, and then we turn it in and we meet the goals that the federal government says we need to make. But I just want to mention a few agencies who have been with us since the beginning, and we could not reach the community without these folks. But the Hope Center, all of the Hope Center, Women's Center, Shelter, Men's Center, New Life Day Center, Rescue Mission, Probation and Parole, DCBS, New Vista, Chrysalis House, The Ridge, Community Action, Voices of Hope, and so many others. As the mayor said, we still have a lot of work to do, but I'm confident that we can do it. We have a city full of people who have dedicated their lives to this, and we're in a good space to move forward, and I'm glad that the federal government agreed with that. So, thanks.
Thank you very much, Amy. Next, I want you to hear from one of our community partners in this work, John Moses from the Fayette County Health Department. And John knows this work inside and out, and I want to welcome him to the podium. John? Come on.
Thank you, Mayor. We at the Lexington Fayette County Health Department Harm Reduction Program are very happy to once again collaborate with the LFUCG Department of Social Services on the SAMHSA Harm Reduction Grant. This funding, authorized by the American Rescue Plan, helps sustain harm reduction services at LFCHD to help prevent overdose deaths and reduce health risks often associated with drug use in Fayette County. The funding provides support to those working in the community to reduce the harms of drug use. Providing funding and support for innovative harm reduction services is in line with the Biden-Harris administration's ongoing efforts to address the overdose epidemic, and it is a key pillar for the Health and Human Services overdose prevention strategy. The funding allows the health department to continue providing the life-saving overdose reversal medication naloxone and overdose education in the community, as well as at-risk populations identified through our syringe exchange program. The LFCHD Harm Reduction Program collaborates with multiple partners to provide compassionate and non-judgmental harm reduction services for Fayette County and the surrounding area. The program provides syringe exchange, safe sharps disposal, and risk reduction education for people who inject drugs. The program especially conducts naloxone trainings and naloxone distribution both on-site and in the community to help reduce overdose fatalities. The funding for naloxone kits is provided by this SAMHSA grant through the Lexington Fayette Urban County Department of Social Services. To date, more than 14,000 naloxone kits have been distributed by our harm reduction program, and overdose reversals are occurring every day here in Fayette County. More than 70 overdose reversals were reported by participants of the harm reduction program in June of 2022 alone. That does not include overdoses reversed by EMS, police, and hospitals. At LFCHD, we are well positioned to scale up the harm reduction program by employing our mobile unit to reach previously untapped populations within the county who need harm reduction services. The mobile unit setting will be critical to reaching participants on the east, west, and south sides of Lexington. We congratulate the city on this great funding announcement, and we look forward to continuing our commitment to saving lives and helping Lexington be well. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you very much, John. And that completes our announcement, and there are various folks who one-on-one I know will be happy to answer your questions. So thank you very much.